Hi Year 4, it's maths time again and we're still looking at some fractions. We're going to start in the normal way. I'm going to give you a little bit of a problem to have a look at. So here's the problem for today. Bob had one box of 15 crowns. He was drawing a picture and used 8/15 of the box. So what fraction of the box of crayons have not been used? Have a look at that problem. Use your models, draw it, whatever's going to make it easier for you to work it out. And let's meet back here in a moment when you've had a go. I'll see you in a moment. Okay, so hopefully you've reached a solution to that problem. I'm wondering how you worked it out. Did you draw it? Did you make something? I'm going to show you what I did. And to do that, I'm just going to bring you down here to have a look, because I actually went and found 15 crayons. I thought that was a much easier way of me trying to work it out. So we know that there are 15 crayons in this box and 8/15 of them were used. So I'm actually going to take those away and then I'll be able to see what is left in the box. So here are my 15 crayons and I'm going to take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 of those 15s have been used. And then I can clearly see that left I have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 left. So I have got 7/15 left after the 8/15 have been taken away. So that's what we were doing today, actually looking at some subtraction of fractions. So let's go back to that problem again. So as we saw, Bob had one box of 15 crowns. He was drawing a picture and he used 8/15 of the box. What fraction of the box of crayons have not been used? Another way we could do that if you didn't have the crayons, going back to this model again, here are my 15 parts in the whole. And I could think, well, okay, 8 of those 15s have been used. So I'm going to cross them out and not use them anymore. So cross that one out, cross that one out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7/15, 8/15. And then I can see 4, 5, 6. I have got 7/15 left. So here I have taken them away. I've subtracted them from there. Slightly different way of doing it. So you can see here's my full box of crayons. This represents my full box. And this represents my 8 crayons, my 8/15 that have been used. And then what I can do is actually find the difference. Remember, taking away and finding the difference are exactly the same. And we can see the difference between what has been used and what's left. And here are my 7/15. We can see those up there. Okay, so there are a couple of different ways of doing that, but that's what we're going to be practicing today. Okay, so I'm going to move on. I'm going to show you a couple of problems that you're going to have a go at, and then we will split up. You go away and have a go at them, and we'll come back and have a look together again. So let's have a see what we've got next. Okay, so there's a picture here, 3 pictures. And what I'd like you to do is write a little number story using the words first, then, and now to describe the calculation of what's happening. So if say Eva is eating a chocolate bar, we've got that chocolate bar in 3 images there. First, then, and now. You're going to write what you can see in those images and then tell the story. So it might start, Eva, first of all, Eva had 4/5 of a chocolate bar. And you can complete that story. I'd like you to write that down in sentences using first, then, and now, and with those fractions that you can see here as well. And then there are some models here to have a look at. And you'll see some of them where parts are being crossed out, like they're being taken away. And also this one here, again, we're looking at the difference between this bar and this bar. So 5/7, take away, how many have been crossed out? And what's the answer? We had 4/8. What's the difference? We're looking for the difference between these two fractions here. And then this one, you've got a model of 9 equal parts. You need to fill in the numerators. So the answer is 4. Now, as you notice, it's exactly the same with adding. Nothing is happening to the denominators. We are still maintaining that number of parts in a whole. It's the numerators that you're looking at. So when you look at this one here, you're just looking for 2 numerators that have the difference of 4. Okay, so I hope that's going to help you. I want you to go and have a look at those. And I'm not actually going to show you the answers for that one because I think you should be okay with that. I'm instead going to move on to something else and then I will show you the answers for that. So go and have a go at that one first. I think you'll be absolutely fine. And then we'll come back together and look at the next slide of calculations. Okay. So I'm going to set you off now on another task. We've got these calculations to complete. And a bit like when we were doing addition ones, you got so confident, I'm sure, in the end, you weren't writing out a model for every single one. And especially when we're looking at G and H, I don't think you're going to be drawing 93 parts. So you're looking for the efficient method of working that out. And that's about understanding what's happening to the denominator and what is happening to the numerator. So there's those 8 calculations I'd like you to have a go at. You've got these on a paper copy, followed by 2 further questions. Now this one, let's have a look at this one together. We have 7/7 subtract 3/7 equals 2/7 add something 7ths. Now, don't remember, this sign means balanced, the same as either side. So this is like a weighing scale. So the answer to this part needs to balance the answer to this part. And likewise on this calculation here. So a slightly different way of thinking about it. And that equal sign does not always just come before the answer. It's showing that these 2 things either side are balanced, equal to one another. So have a look at that one. And then finally, you have this image where you have some parts shaded, some parts not. How many different fraction addition and subtractions can you make from looking at that picture? So this is a chance to show everything you know so far. You're not just using subtraction, going back to what we were doing on Monday and Tuesdays, thinking about the addition as well. Actually, that is pretty endless, that question. There are so many different calculations that you can come up with. So don't do 1 or 2 and then, oh, that's it, I'm finished. I'd be looking at 4, 5, 6 different calculations that you can make. Okay, so those are the 3 things I want you to go and do independently today. And then when you come back a little bit later, we will look at the answers and you can check through them. Okay, so it's time to look at the answers. Hopefully you've worked all through those. Excuse my writing, trying to write onto a PowerPoint wasn't very easy for me, but those are the answers to those calculations there. As normal, if there's anything that you're worried about, anything that is not what you expected, not quite sure where you've got, how you've gone wrong, You can email us and speak to us, or speak to an adult and see if they can help you. But always go back to those models and see if you can self-correct. We have a solution here for that one. What I haven't done is I haven't written lots of examples because, as I said before, it's quite an infinite list that you could make up. You just need to double check yours very carefully that they do make sense. Okay, so that's been an introduction to subtracting fractions today. We've done lots so far this week. We've got one more session tomorrow. Carry on the hard work. I will see you then.